What's cracking? What's bracking? What's dooming? How you doing, YouTube? It's your boy Big Moses bringing you some clean opinions from a dirty room. A new video series I'm starting where I talk about anything I want to. This channel is going to be delivering fire variety content. Things happen, opinions are formed, relationships are destroyed, and videos are made. That's just how it is. That's how it's always been. Welcome to the internet, fucker. If you enjoy the video, give the video a like, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell so you can see whenever I upload. Alrighty, now that the intro's out of the way, let's get into tonight's video, shall we? We're going to be talking about a little gem in the making that I found on Steam the other day. It's called Mahou Arms, and according to their description of the game on Patreon, Mahou Arms is a high-quality magical girl hack and slash dating sim in development. As commander, you will lead your magical girls to battle. Your girls will transform, fight, win, and get their battle uniforms ripped to shreds in the battle against the alien menace. When they return, develop your relationships with the girls, go on dates, and do loot things. The game's main inspirations are hack and slash games like Nier Automata, Bayonetta, and Devil May Cry. Outside of the missions, there are base building and dating sim elements. Now I know what you're thinking. Why are you making a video on a game that isn't finished yet? Well, initially what made me want to make a video was the fact that it's such an obscure title, and I would have never heard about it if I didn't stumble upon it while scrolling through Steam looking for something new to play. Simply put, I like the game. I love what it's trying to do. It's very ambitious, and being that I purchased the game at face value, I have high hopes for the finished product. Now I'm going to leave their Patreon in the description, and if you want to head over there and become a supporter, then I highly recommend doing so. Now let's talk about what I like about the game. Firstly, Amelia is hot. They could not have chosen a better character to get you hooked on the game with. It's very apparent that she was intentionally designed to be the ultimate tease. And I'm gonna be honest, she's the reason I can't wait to see what the other girls look like. Take her outfit for example. It's constantly being blown all over the place and exposing her lace underwear. It's a little perverted and a little childish, yes, but the devs know what they're doing. They know who their target audience is. I didn't buy this game on accident. It'll have you trying to find angles with the camera to get an extended glimpse of that sweet anime tushy. And if you think I sound like a creep, just remember this game was not designed for easily offended snowflakes like yourself. This game was designed for grown men and women that like to admire ass while kicking ass. And speaking of the nudity, you hentai lovers were heavily considered by the devs. According to their early access production map provided to the public on Steam, between the months of May 2020 and January 2022, they're going to be adding 8 unlockable hentai scenes that I believe are also minigames, but don't quote me on that. Another thing I like about the game is the combat. The combinations are as satisfying as they are flashy. It'll have you feeling like a total badass, and fellas, you might pop a few boners while playing, so don't forget to lock the door before you even boot up the game. Take it from me, I had to learn the hard way. According to the roadmap I mentioned before, in May of this year, they will be adding an MP system, so we will most likely be able to use magic finally here in the near future. And in February of 2021, we can expect the developers to add a weapon/weapon upgrade system. And for those thinking, I don't want to drop $30 just to have to wait 3 or more years to get a decent amount of content, and I wouldn't blame you, but consider this. It is not easy to develop a game like this or any game in general. There is only 3 people working on the game right now. It's not cheap either. They're about $1,600 shy of their $10,000 a month Patreon goal, and if they reach that goal, they'll be able to hire another artist and in turn pump out more content faster. The 3 developers go by the names Paper Bag, the creator and lead game designer, Inkrot, the build/deployment systems programmer and screenplay writer, and last but not least, Fainton, the animator and game designer. So again, if waiting a few years for more content sounds unbearable for you, then consider supporting. Paper Bag is an experienced game developer who's pursuing his dream of making good erotic games, and despite attempts at getting funding for the game by traditional means, he's hoping that with the support generated by his patrons, he'll be able to make Mahou Arms a reality. And now we're going to talk about what I don't like about the game, and some things I think they should improve upon sooner rather than later. First thing about the game that absolutely annoyed the hell out of me was, for lack of a better term, the in-combat movement. Please, Paper Bag, add a damn dodge bind, man. Nothing is more unsatisfying than having to jump straight into the air to dodge a simple punch. It just doesn't look or feel right. Take Kratos from God of War for example. If you're fighting and you absolutely have to get out of the way, you can just somersault away and somersault back and continue shoving those chaos blades into the enemy ass. It'll not only make the combos more satisfying, but it will also add to the replayability of the entire game. Another thing that really annoyed me was the absence of voice actors and poor subtitle placement. Yes, I know they are planning to add that in the future, but at some point of the game, I remember being in the middle of fighting with multiple enemies and trying to read the subtitles that randomly popped up, and it only resulted in me taking a lot of damage for no reason. It never got me killed, however, because the AI are absolutely terrible, which brings me to the next thing I didn't like, which was the AI. Now, don't get me wrong, the enemies look very aesthetically pleasing, minus the boring looking zombie schoolgirl, but they had no business whatsoever having as much HP as they did on any of the difficulties. It feels like they were given so much HP so that each wave took longer than necessary in order to compensate for the lack of content, but ultimately it resulted in making the game just feel like a mind-numbing point and click at times. It should never take more than 2 sets of combos to kill an entry-level AI enemy. Now, my final issue with the game was going to be about how insanely slow she ran, but upon further investigation of their page on Patreon, I found that they do indeed have a control sheet available to the public, and that you can sprint and dash with shift, and along with the combat, it feels very, very smooth. But that doesn't change the fact that we still need a dodge bind paper bag. I stand on that firmly, brother. They are planning to add a tutorial and responsive button help indicators, whatever that is, and I also forgot to mention the game does fully support controller. Again, everything I said in this video came from the understanding that the game is still being worked on, and everything I spoke on is just my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if everything I brought up is already being worked on. If you want to buy the game now, it costs $29.99 on Steam, and despite the small issues, I definitely recommend buying it. It'll be pretty cool to watch this thing come together. I would buy it now in case they decide to raise the price later, because with so many elements put into one game, I know that the finished product will have countless hours of content. Mahou Arms, in my opinion, looks very promising and most definitely has the potential to be the next big thing in the world of RPGs. Again, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up, and while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell so you can see whenever I upload. And if I've been butchering the name of the game this entire time, I want to sincerely apologize. Mahou Arms, it's like Naruto. Some people say Naruto, some people say Naruto. It's kind of annoying, but you learn to deal with it. You'll be fine. Anyways, I enjoyed giving you some clean opinions from my dirty room. Tune in next time and have a great and productive day. Big Moses out.